Yo guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at something really crazy, the 3D models of the Mixi Max forms and alter egos in inazumaelevenvictoryroad. We all knew Mixi Max and alter egos were back, but now we can actually see what they look like in full 3D, and trust me, some of these are looking insane. Before we jump in, do me a quick favor, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. 91.9% of you watching still aren't subscribed, and it really helps out a lot. Alright, enough talking, let's get into it and check out these models. Let's kick things off with Mixi Max Shinsuke. We all know this form, one of the first Mixi Maxes we saw in the anime, and I really like the design. Shinsuke was actually shown off officially some time ago, making him the only Mixi Max form we've seen in an official trailer before these recent leaks. Next up is Torb's Mixi Max, and honestly, this is one of the coolest forms in the entire series. The design fits him perfectly. The wild energy, the powerful look, and the kinda goofiness in there. It all just screams strength, confidence, and a fun character. It's not overly flashy, but it has that raw intensity that makes Torb stand out. Seeing it in full 3D now really brings out the details and makes you appreciate how well his personality matches the transformation. And while his Mixi Max Hisatsu is actually game exclusive and never appeared in the anime, it still feels like a natural extension of his style. Definitely a great character. Next up is Mixi Maxed Kurino. This 3D model showcases his distinctive hairstyle and facial features that perfectly match what we've seen before in the anime. The clean lines and sharp details highlight the design without overcomplicating it. Staying true to the original look, he was also one of the first characters to get a Mixi Max form in the show. Overall, even with just the model preview, you can sense how this form elevates his original style, graceful and exact, true to his canonical Mixi Max persona. Next up is Kinako's Mixi Max. This form instantly stands out as her well-known transformation from Chrono Stone, easily recognizable by the unique silhouette and the hair changes. It's a design that always gave off a sense of sweetness and defending, perfectly matching her presence in the anime. Even though we're only seeing the early 3D model here, it already captures the spirit of her Mixi Max form really well. It's just cool to see this version of Kinako. This is also a very nice and good-looking Mixi Max. Next up is Mixi Max Taiyu. This form was seen in the anime during Chrono Stone, so fans will definitely recognize it, but what makes it extra interesting is that his Hisatsu in this Mixi Max form was only shown in the LBX Inazuma 11 crossover movie. The 3D model brings his iconic silhouette back into the spotlight, and while it's still a static preview, it's more than enough to spark excitement. Taiyu's Mixi Max always stood out with its clean design and thematic fit, and it's great to see it officially rendered as part of Victory Road's roster. Now let's take a look at Mixi Max Hakuryuu, an alternate version of the Zhuge Mixi Max that we usually associate with Taiyu. This specific transformation never appeared in the anime, but it was included in the Inazuma 11 Go Chrono Stone Thunder Flash game, making it a non-canon form that still left an impression on fans. Seeing this version in 3D now is a great throwback. The design really complements Hakuryuu's powerful presence and adds a unique twist to the character, even though it's exclusive to the games. Next up is Mixi Max Shindo. In Chrono Stone, Shindo fused with Oda Nobunaga, creating one of the most iconic and powerful Mixi Max combinations in the entire series. This form first appeared in episode 17, where Shindo used Keshin armed and then successfully completed the Mixi Max to help secure a critical victory for Raymond. Even though we're only seeing the base 3D model here, it still manages to bring back that commanding presence and elegance that defined this transformation. It's bold, sharp, and fits Shindo's character perfectly, both visually and thematically. Personally, this has always been one of my favorite Mixi Max forms. The design, the impact it had in the anime, and the fusion with Nobunaga's legacy just make it unforgettable. Seeing it recreated now in Victory Road's 3D style is a real treat for longtime fans. Next up is Faerun's first Mixi Max form. He was actually the first character to use Mixi Max in the anime, fusing with Tyranno during Chrono Stone. The 3D model stays true to the overall silhouette we remember, and even though it's not too detailed yet, it's easy to recognize this version of Fae just from the outline and proportions. It's a nice throwback, especially knowing how important this transformation was back when Mixi Max was first introduced. Next up is Fae's second Mixi Max, his fusion with Big, which is actually a stronger version of his original Mixi Max with Tyranno. This form appeared later in the series and was introduced as an upgrade that enhanced Fae's power even further. It was used during some of the more intense matches in Chrono Stone, showing just how much of a boost this Mixi Max gave him. The concept of a second Mixi Max also helped build up the idea that Fae was still evolving and Big was the next step. Now seeing this transformation rendered in 3D, even in this early version, brings back memories of how impactful this upgrade was in the anime. It's definitely one of the more underrated power-ups, and fans who remember those final matches will know how important it was. Next up is Mixi Max Ryoma, one of my favorite characters from the series. Ryoma's Mixi Max with Sakamoto Ryoma perfectly captures both his playful, goofy side and his serious, cool attitude on the pitch. Known as a natural leader and incredibly skilled player. In the official Inazuma Go series, Ryoma's Mixi Max fusion blends his agility and sharp instincts with Sakamoto's powerful style and precision. The combination showcases a perfect balance of skill and strength, highlighting Ryoma's growth as a player able to adapt and overcome challenges. The 3D model lets us take a closer look at how well the Mixi Max concept works for Ryoma. It's a solid visual match that highlights the fusion's unique flair and fitting evolution for his character. Next up is Matsukaze Tenma's Mixi Max with Shu. This fusion was a key part of Inazuma Go Chrono Stone, playing an important role for Keshin Armed. The combination of Tenma and Shu brought together to very different styles, and that contrast made this form stand out. It was visually striking and emotionally significant, especially considering the connection between the two characters. Seeing it again now in 3D brings back a lot of memories for fans of Chrono Stone. It's one of those transformations that really stuck with people because of what it represented in the story. Next up is Mixi Max Tenma with King Arthur. This version first appeared in Inazuma Go Chrono Stone toward the later part of the series as a major evolution from his earlier Mixi Max with Shu. The King Arthur fusion elevated Tenma's presence on the field, combining his wind-based agility with the regal strength and leadership associated with King Arthur. In the anime storyline, this Mixi Max is central to the Entaka no Kishi arc, where Tenma is ritually tested and ultimately fuses with Arthur to gain the power needed to lead his team. Even in this early 3D model, the silhouette and overall style clearly remind fans of the King Arthur Mixi Max, a form that shaped Tenma's development into a commanding captain. Next up is Zanark's Mixi Max with Cao Cao. In Inazuma Go Chrono Stone, Zanark absorbs Cao Cao's aura during the match against Zanark Domain and uses it to activate this Mixi Max fusion. This powerful transformation combines Zanark's raw attacking style with the legendary strategist's energy. It's recognizable due to Zanark's characteristic white hair and new facial expression, marking a clear visual change from his base form. Even in these early 3D previews, the silhouette and aura of this Mixi Max version stand out. It's a solid callback to that intense moment when Zanark turned the match around using Cao Cao's power, a scene many fans still remember clearly. What's surprising is how rarely this transformation gets mentioned. Despite its impact in Chrono Stone, it's one of the more underrated Mixi Max combinations in the series. Seeing it again in 3D is a nice reminder of how creative and unexpected some of these fusions really were. Next up is Zanark's Mixi Max with Hurricane Zeta. This fusion is one of the more intense transformations we've seen from him, combining his chaotic energy with the overwhelming storm power of Zeta. Unlike his Mixi Max with Cow, this form is widely recognized as the stronger one. It gave Zanark a massive boost in both power and presence, allowing him to dominate key moments during Chrono Stone. Though it only appeared briefly in the anime, the impact it left was undeniable. Zanark has always been one of the most unpredictable characters in the series, and this form captured that perfectly. Wild, explosive, and aggressive. Even just seeing the 3D model of this transformation brings back the excitement. The overall shape and structure clearly show that this is not a form to take lightly. It's easily one of the more powerful and memorable Mixi Max combinations in the entire Ghost series. And honestly, Zanark is really one of my favorite characters of all time. Next up is Mixi Max Tsurugi Kyosuke. Fused with Okita Souji, this form debuts in Inazuma Go Chrono Stone during episode 29. When Tsurugi convinces Okita to lend him his aura via Mixi Max to face Zanark Domain's challenge, it marks a significant moment where Tsurugi steps up and pulls off the dramatic transformation. Mixi Max with Okita gives him a tactical edge and a powerful aura that helps change the tide of the match. This Mixi Max version with Okita Souji is easily one of the coolest transformations in the series, and as my favorite character, Tsurugi makes it even better. The way his whole presence shifts during the fusion is just awesome to watch. His movements become sharper, more focused, and you really feel the intensity he brings to the pitch. It's a form that perfectly matches his playstyle and serious nature, and seeing it again in 3D brings back some amazing memories. Next up is Mixi Max Tsurugi Yuichi. Fused with his younger brother Tsurugi Kyosuke, this rare Mixi Max appeared in Inazuma Go Chrono Stone and is notable because Yuichi and Kyosuke are brothers, making them a natural match for this fusion. In this form, Yuichi gains Kyosuke's hairstyle and physique trait, the ponytail, the spikes, and a markedly more muscular build, reflecting a shared identity between the two. Although used sparingly in the anime, this fusion is well regarded by the fan base for its deep thematic weight. It represents brotherhood, unity, and the idea of leagues passing power between generations. Seeing this form in the leak's 3D previews is exciting. The model's distinct silhouette clearly identifies the brothers' combined form without needing flashy effects. It's a subtle nod to one of the most meaningful Mixi Max pairings in the series. Next up is Mixi Max Saryueven with the Saru gene. This Mixi Max debuted in episode 49 of Inazuma Go Chrono Stone during the Lagoon vs. Chrono Storm match. It's one of the rarest Mixi Max forms in the series because the user mixes with their own evolution gene rather than a historical figure's aura, unique even among second-stage children. This Mixi Max is widely considered extremely powerful, showing Saru's unstoppable strength during the match. He overwhelmed Chrono Storm, blocked major Hisatsu attacks, and scored effortlessly using Orange Shellbit Burst. A defining moment in Chrono Stone. Even in this early 3D version, you can already tell how powerful this Mixi Max is, just like in the anime, where it completely dominated the match and left a strong impression. These were all the Mixi Max that appeared in the anime, but what about alter egos? The first one is Kusaka Ryuji's alter ego, his Berserker mode. Kusaka starts off as a calm and relaxed player, but this changes dramatically when he gets angry. Then he switches into what fans call his Berserker mode, which debuted during episode 9 of Go Galaxy. This was his first time unleashing that form, and he appeared almost emotionless, completely blank eyes and overpowering aggression. The turning point comes when his childhood friend Satoko calls out to him during the match. Her words bring him back to himself, showing that he's not just rage. From then on, he learns to control this alter ego, even improving his play with it. That's how he eventually breaks free from Shamshir's defense and uses the Kyobo head technique to score crucial goals. Next up is Matatagi Hayato's alter ego, known as his dark side, first introduced in episode 26 of Inazuma Go Galaxy. This version of Matatagi reveals the hidden darkness he's been holding inside. His dark side is a turning point in Matatagi's story. He drops the polite facade and embraces a more aggressive, unfiltered self. Importantly, this moment stems from his brotherly bond, as Tenma's words help him accept who he really is, unlocking a new level of emotional strength in the anime. It's one of the most powerful character arcs of the Galaxy series, showing how inner conflict can transform a player's identity on the pitch. He's really one of my favorites. Next up is Fubuki Shiru's Atsuya alter ego form. Fubuki's alter ego emerges when he adopts his brother Atsuya's aggressive identity, symbolized by wearing Atsuya's scarf in key matches during Inazuma 11 Season 2. This shift transforms him from a defender into a powerful striker on the pitch. In this form, Fubuki exhibits noticeably more assertive and offensive behavior, driven by a strong desire to be perfect like his brother. This internal struggle defines his character arc throughout the series. The turning point crisis occurs during the match against the Genesis. Encouraged by Ndu and his teammates, Fubuki ultimately discards the scarf, symbolically ending Atsuya's dominance within him, and merges both identities into a single, stronger personality. This merged identity brought a major shift in his role, from getting locked into extremes to becoming a versatile player able to perform as both defender and striker, better representing his own identity. Overall, this is one of the best character arcs of all Inazuma. Next up is Saganuma Osamu's alter ego, Disarm, in Inazuma 11 Go Season 2. Saganuma takes on the persona Disarm as captain and goalkeeper, later also forward for Epsilon Kai. He first appears in episode 34, leading Epsilon Kai as a calm but ruthless captain. His style emphasizes control and precision. He famously blocked Fubuki's Eternal Blizzard and later scored as a forward using Gungnir. Disarm's cold, calculating playstyle made a strong impression. He handles pressure with calm focus and makes moves with surgical precision, traits that made him stand out as both a goalkeeper and field player. Even static previews or early images of Disarm unmistakably present him as a commanding figure. His face and hair are instantly recognizable, reflecting why he's often remembered as one of the most impactful alter egos in the series. And the last one for today is Kazemaru in his Dark Emperor form. It happens in Inazuma 11 Season 2 Episode 63, when Kazemaru returns as the captain of the Dark Emperors. A team powered by the Alius Stone and challenging Raymond to a match, Kazemaru steps into a completely new role, once a defender for Raymond, now leading the Dark Emperors as a forward. His signature move, racing past his old teammates and taunting Ndu before launching a powerful shot, a moment that showed just how much he'd changed. His transformation is more than visual, it's psychological. He's calmer, more calculating, and has a focused ruthlessness that surprises everyone. He even switches positions mid-game, proving he can handle both defense and offense at a high level. The Dark Emperors themselves were eager for power and recognition, with Kazemaru among those convinced the meteorite's strength was worth the cost. What makes this form so memorable is the way Kazemaru's speed and tactical mind combine under the meteorite's influence. He isn't just fast. He's a storm on the field in every sense. And that wraps up all the Mixi Maxes and alter egos we're covering for today. We've seen a lot of familiar faces and transformations from the anime, some iconic, some underrated, but all exciting to see brought into 3D. But we're not done yet. Part 2 is already on the way, and it'll be all about the game-exclusive Mixi Maxes that never made it into the show. So if you're a real Inazuma 11 fan, you won't want to miss that. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments which Mixi Max or alter ego is your favorite. See you in Part 2, and bye.